I hope that didn't stop because, oh my golly, I'd be buzzed off. It does that to me sometimes. It stops and starts and does all weird stuff. So that's me. Pink. Okay, same again. And I'll want to obviously save this to do another couple of pages, but I want to really dry off this lace as much as possible and make sure that it's actually gone through it. And where it hasn't, I will just give it a bit more of a soak if I notice it. Because sometimes, look, you're not going to notice all. You're not going to notice if there's a little variation in the colour. But, yeah, this is what I do. So that's this one. That's me pink. Again, we want to save this because we're not finished with the project. So that's that one. Better keep that aside too. And I might leave that sitting wrapped up in this pink, and it might just soak in some more. But I just want to use these fabrics some more. So that's the reason why they're not, I'm not worried if they're not fully dyed yet. Because I can get lots made out of this, a real lot made out of it. Believe me, a lot. I'm just figuring out which way is the easiest way to lay it. So, again, a bit of green got into it, but who cares? You know, we are junk journalists. That green will actually be very effective. So we've used the pink, we used the green, we've used the blue. So now some fun with purple. So with me purple, so there you go. So this is what I basically am doing, splashing it on, literally. So, and this purple is amazing. It really, really is. Just an amazing colour. And I just love working with colour. It's not for everybody, but these can be used for pockets. They can be used for all sorts of things. Boho, fairy journals. You know, we've got a cupboard full of supplies in our kitchen that we forget we've got. We forget that we've got, what's the word I'm looking for? Thrift stores, which is where I got that scarf from. For the cost of, I think it was $2. That will make lots of work for me. Just give me 2 seconds. I've just got to make sure that when I'm putting my papers down, they're actually not going to be touching each other, because I do want the purple pages. So now we've created purple. And again, we're going to do the same thing. Same thing. How cool. Again, we've got to keep them separated from each other because I need the fabric and I need the lace. So it's really important to me that I don't actually get my colours all mixed up. So now we've done the 4 colours. So we're going to move all this out of the road. And we'll get, I actually need paper that's not, oh, it doesn't really matter, does it? Like I said, it's junk journaling, but I don't want that to get soaked up into this. So the next one we're going to do is the coffee one. Now, I want these for letters, whatnot. So what we're going to do with this one, same scenario. Like I said, it don't really matter if you've got colour mixed in. Now, I'm going to use Calico or broadcloth, I think this particular thing is. So, same situation. If it's not washed, this is what you're going to get. Not enough bleed. It looks good, but still not enough bleed if you want full colour saturation. So I just thought I'd show you that, to show you that it won't go through your fabric if you haven't got that full saturation. So, again, this is my vintage colour. I've been experimenting with the tea and coffee dyeing because I want to achieve old letters as such. So I've been able to get a really nice gold, which I will show you in another video how I achieved it. And looks gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But this is the colour I really wanted to achieve my vintage looking letters with. I mean, this paper, because it's got colour in it, obviously I can't, you know, that dab of colour, even though it, I suppose I can, I don't know, I'll come up with something to disguise it, I guess. But this is what I find will give you that vintage look. I've been telling one of my friends, you know, I'd love to do a course on vintage, you know, a teachable on vintage and all that. But instead, well, instead of doing that, I decided, because I'm unwell on that, money is really important for what's required for my health. So I'm going to practice. And this is my practice, been what I've practiced at and have been able to achieve a very old looking piece of paper. You just got to be gentle with it. It won't matter if it tears, because you've got to remember this is going to be your vintage letter paper. I'm just going to make sure that's not, oh no, might have to let that dry together because I don't want it to rip. And it would have went through. So we'll lift it gently. A bit of fabrics, but you can see how it goes right into the paper. So next, because like I said, again we're going to dry off with our cloth. And there's our nice vintage lace. So we've actually produced quite a few. And that is not far off being completely dyed. So see how you can actually produce 3 different things in one go. But what I thought I'd do, and I have not tried it, and we're going to try it. We don't need the coffee for this. But what I do need is a bit of ripped fabric. Just make sure I got enough, because we're going to do a multicoloured one. So I might use the purple one, might be all right. So that's the purple one. See how it didn't bleed through enough for me? But it doesn't matter, because this is our experimental one. This is where we're going to do a multi-coloured paper. I had two. I don't know where my other one went. Don't you hate that? You just lose everything and you think, holy moly, you know. What have I done with it? And it's probably on the floor somewhere. And I didn't notice it falling. But here's this one. So we're going to splatter. We'll soak up my purple. And remember, guys, this is an experiment because I haven't done it before. So this one is an actual experiment. And we want some blue. See, I'm not scared of it. I'm not scared of trying anything. So, whoops, blue, green. I think I got a bit too much carried away with the blue. There you go. So that's the purple. It's just fun. Honestly, it's so much fun when you play. Oh, guess what? I didn't leave one for the pink. So what we're going to do, it doesn't matter, we're going to spill some on it. Let it bleed through. And I will get me blue one, squeeze it as tightly as I can, and we're going to dab it. And let's see what we come up with. And you'll be able to see, because this is the first time for me, this one. I've not done it this way before. Not with the colours mixed. I have done this sort of stuff with distressed inks, using alcohol. But this is just plain paper. And I want it to seep through to the other side. So we don't want to oversoak the back. So there you go. I will take a picture of that and I will show you what it's like later. But I might lift it up. Oh, wow. How cool. But see how it goes into the paper? Wow, wow, wow. So, we're done with that one. And what I'm going to show you next is what I did with the ones I practiced on earlier. See, it wasn't good me doing a video just for this one item, you know, like my processes, because it ain't going to work. You can have a look at my dirty stained hands. But I don't want that to get into the stuff I've already done. So here's some of the colours I've produced. Purple. This is boho. This is vintage. You can call this boho. You can call this, you can use this for a garden journal. Like, it's endless. But you can turn it into boho. And there's me blue. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, look at the paper. Look at that paper. Now, also what you can do with this, I'll see if I've got... Because if you're not shown, you don't know. So what you can likely do is you get a thin sander and lightly sand your paper. Now when you microwave this paper, it's thick. See how I'm just giving it a light sand? Then what you do, which I should have been prepared for, right, and I wasn't,